Hi, Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2024 Toyota RAV4 and you're looking for a rack that's really easy to use and really easy to store in your garage, then the Thule Epos Bike Rack is going to be a great option. Now, what I really like about this is this one actually folds up and it has wheels, so taking it from your receiver to your garage is a really easy process. But let's really focus on how it's sitting on here. So right now, this is a really good fit. And why I say that is, even if I go to shake this some, you can tell there's plenty of distance between my hand and the bike. And this is a extra large bike, mountain bike with super long handlebars. So we're doing really good here. And we're also going to have a pretty decent weight capacity. That's going to be 75 pounds if you have one bike, but if you have two bikes on here, the max capacity of this rack will be 140 pounds. And that's really not going to affect its tilt away too much. If you see, I just press that pedal there, really easy to use. We're getting a pretty extreme tilt just like that. I'm a big fan of that because it opens up a lot of space. So if I want to get ready for my ride, I can do that. I can grab my shoes, my helmet, and even tie them right here too. I can even use this time to really load up any groceries I have and get ready. But when you're ready, you can close this back up and put this back into the seated position. And all you really have to do for that is just to lift up on your bike. And as you can see, this is a really easy transition. I'm not really fighting it too much. It'll click back into place. But from here, if you want to take a closer look at the rack, I'll remove my bike. So you start with this strap on the back. You're going to find this is pretty long. If I press in on this, this will release it and push that through and tuck that behind here. And it's going to be the same on the front side. Now, I will point out what I do like about this style is it's actually a type of ratcheting device. So if I pull on that, it will make this tighter. So that's one thing I do like about this rack is compared to other ones, it can be a little bit of a struggle to get these strapped tight enough to hold your bike down. And moving up to our main point of contact is going to be on our rear tire. Anywhere right here is going to be fine to mount it to. This style also has a built-in lock, so it's going to give you that security. And since we are making contact with the tire and not our frame, this is perfect for your carbon frame, alternative frame bikes, or any bike with a really nice paint job. But if you want to mount it to the frame, you still can. But from here, we can take our bike out for a ride. And if we look at those trays, you'll notice the shape of them. And they're going to have this kind of a divot to the bottom, or they're going to go downwards. And that's going to make really loading your bikes up from the side a lot simpler to do. And if you need it a little bit easier, you can actually mount a ramp here to the back of it. You can actually find one of those on our website. But just make sure you do some cleanup so when you're about to drive off, you don't have any of this sticking out. Makes it look a little bit better too. And you can either mount these straps back to that ratcheting device or just kind of put them in this other pocket. But from here, we can get a few measurements just to see how it's going to sit back here. The first one I'm going to get is going to be a ground clearance. That's going to be a little bit over 14 inches, which is plenty. Even if you are going up those really steep driveways or bumps, you shouldn't make contact. And the second measurement I want to get is going to be the distance from the back of our vehicle. We go from our bumper, that's going to be roughly about 29 inches. Really not too bad. That's kind of standard for a 2-bike carrier. Now this will have a secondary position, but this really isn't for driving. So if I fold it up like this, you can see this isn't saving us any more space. I'm actually going to put that down all the way, but since this is going to save us any space, I'm going to put that back down. It's not really held in place either, so it's better just to leave it down. But the good thing about that is it's not going to block anything on the back of your vehicle. So our backup camera, our license plate, and our taillights and back window won't be obstructed. And the way this will install is if we come over here, on the back side of it, we're going to find that we have this 1.25 inch shank that's going to go into your 1.25 inch receiver. Now, if you have a 2-inch receiver, that's okay. This actually comes with a 2-inch sleeve adapter, so it can still work with those types. And on the other side, we're going to have this type of hook this is going to lock into place and act as your pin. Now I'm going to pull that out. Sometimes they won't lock into place. That's okay, I can move it later. If I actually lift up on this here, I can show you a little bit better how this anti-rattle looks. So right here, you're going to have this lock. That's going to give you extra security and use that same key system as your included bike lock. And it's a really easy handle to use. You just turn it, it spins around. If you find it difficult to move at any point, you can just pull it out, change it to a different spot. But I'm going to loosen that up all the way so I can take this out. Get that loosened up, then I can simply just come over here, pull that pin again, lift up on it, and remove it. And the reason why I want to showcase that is because if I press on this button here, this will actually fold that shank up, and from here, I can actually use the wheels on the bottom of it to transport my carrier. So that's going to make it a lot easier, especially if you don't want to leave this on the back of your vehicle, because it does take up a little bit of room. So if you're in any urban areas where parking spots are really tight, that's going to be a great option for you. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a solid choice, especially for the RAV4. But there's other options around too. So if you want something that does have the capability to fold up, then I'd probably recommend the Thule T2 Pro. That's nice. It's going to have a different way of mounting your bikes on. Still very versatile, but that one will also have wheels, so you can really transport your rack a little bit easier. The downside of that one, though, is it's going to be a little bit heavier, and it's going to take up more space in your garage. So really it's going to come down to if you want something that's going to fold up on your vehicle, or you want something that's going to save you more room in your garage. But this is just a look at some of the features of the Thule Epos Bike Rack on the back of our 2024 Toyota RAV4. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.